Hey everyone, we're back with another week of the Zurvivalist. This is Matt, your host, and I'm here with Randy from Maui. How you doing today, Randy?
Good.
Good.
I'm doing fine.
Let's get down to business here. The question I always ask is, how would you survive a zombie outbreak?
Well, first off, I would try. Well, if I'm waking up at my house or something and there's a zombie outbreak, I'd be like out the door with whatever I could get, usually a baseball bat or something, and I'd start shopping. Actually, so I'd have to go get supplies, obviously, right?
Yeah,
So I'd probably go get me a deuce and a half, which is a big old army truck, the kind that they carry people in, the troops. It's like a six-wheel vehicle.
Where would you get the vehicle at?
No, I'd go down to the army base. Hopefully, I wouldn't have too much. Like the Army Reserve, they got an Army Reserve,
Mm-hmm.
and I see vehicles in there. I'd go down there, and if there's a possibility of getting in there without getting shot, I'd go and heist me one of those to start, because I'm gonna need supplies, right?
Yeah, well, you figure in the confusion, you might be able to get on there. If they have to be dispatched to go help people who are in trouble, you might be able to sneak in and steal something.
Right, right. Well, like a carrier would be, something that's pretty tall. You got to climb into to get into would be, better than a Hummer. Something, that's at if you happen to, get through zombies and stuff, they're going to be able to climb and stuff, and it's easier if they have to climb. You can kick them off, right, or whatever. And those tires are pretty damn big. They're like great big weapons in themselves.
Very true.
And then, of course, you're going to need gas, and there's probably not going to be power after a while, so I'd go get me a generator so that I can run the pumps at whatever gas stations, right, to fill up. And
do you have a generator, or do you know someone with a generator you could get?
Oh, I'd go shopping at Walmart probably, and Lowe's.
Would you go shopping, or would you go looting? If there's all the confusion, it's like, why pay? They're all zombies.
Well, if there's I'd wait till the smoke kind of cleared a little bit before I went out. It'd be looting because everybody's dead, right, or on their way to it, or doing like I'm doing, surviving.
True,
and,
true.
We'll all out panic, right? And then shotguns. That would be the next thing on my list. I'm a single dad, so of course I'd have my son. He'd be right at my side. He'd be the loader. And I'd grab me a couple of automatic shotguns, not pumps, but like clip-loaded, semi-automatics. So I could just blow away whatever's trying to get me.
So,
and,
would you stay at your house, or would you do you live in an apartment or a house, or?
I think I'd have to go exterminating.
You go exterminating?
Yeah, I'd have to go out and clear a path at least, because who wants a bunch of people trying to kill you, right? I'd say, well, I'm gonna have to nip that crap in the butt right there,
Yeah, you just grab a couple auto shotguns and stroll down the street, kind of like. Do you ever see Zombieland?
Oh yeah, and definitely I'd go shopping for the stuff that's on the it ain't gonna be around for long list. Like ahi would be probably the number one thing I love. Ahi and poke, and poke is like raw fish chunked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's tuna, yellowfin tuna, but Hawaiian yellowfin tuna, man. Forget that other stuff, man. I've tried them all over the United States, and the best stuff's in Hawaii. Nothing like the fish over there blow all the rest of the world's fish away so far as I've tasted,
Well, at least you have good food to eat.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd eat too at first, right? But then I guess I'd be whittled down to canned eating after a while, right?
Well, I mean, unless you can live off the land, do you know how to fish and hunt and all that stuff?
Oh, totally, bro. No problem. That wouldn't, but you got to have stuff to put on your food, ketchup for the eggs and salt for the, the meat and stuff like that, right?
Well, true, and not to mention that salt acts as a preservative if you're in dire need.
Yeah, I don't think the Hawaiians would do too bad either, man. I think if it happened in Hawaii, that we'd probably get it under control pretty quick. But then the mainland, I don't know. But I think this place is a little bit not so. Nobody, their survivalists are few and far, right? And then you got the masses, and I think it'd be pretty much overwhelming.
Well, I've never been to Hawaii, so Maui, that's not the big island, right?
No, no, no. The Big Island's pretty big, but Maui's like probably one of the smaller islands. It's actually the next biggest island, really.
Okay. How many people would you say are on the island? Do you know the population?
Oh, I don't know. Probably about. Uh, God, I couldn't really say, dude, because you get tourists too. I'd say probably about 50,000 people, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where I live, it's more country and further and fewer, and then you got the cities like Kahului and Lahaina. Lahaina and Kahului, they'd be swarming hard with zombies if zombies was outbreaking. But that's where all the food and everything is too in those main areas. The shopping centers and
Yeah. Well, those are going to be the ones that get hit first, and then you have to kind of let that die out. But I'm curious. So let's say it's a few months, down the road, and you survived, and most of the population has been killed off, and you've been, exterminating the stragglers. Would you be weary of survivors coming to the island? Would you try to stop them, or would you check them for bites or scratches or anything like that?
oh yeah, of course you'd have to like make sure that you don't have the same thing happen again. Hopefully it'd be hot chicks coming to the island, survivors, somehow lucked out. Because I mean, you gotta have if you have an outbreak like that, man, you're gonna be wiping out most of the population. You need to, repopulate.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it wasn't just a bunch of survivalist dudes left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd make for a very odd Saturday night.
Yeah, I'd be all, wow, bro, this would suck. First thing I gotta do is go shopping, right? Well, I'd go saving all the hot chicks, and maybe a couple of moms and whatever, because you got it right. The chicks they ain't gonna just go for the save them. They're gonna want you to go save their family and etc. Right? So a little saving mission maybe, and then of course you gotta keep everybody fed. So it's gonna cost a lot of. Not everybody's a survivalist, and there's only one of me.
Yeah.
Right? So then maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to go find some other survivalists, right?
Well, you got to make sure you can keep like a small like society going and rebuild and repopulate and all that stuff. So it's probably a good idea to have those people around.
Right, right.
So like, what would would you eventually want to leave the island and go towards the big island or head back to the mainland?
I don't know. That depends on how the food is holding out, how many survivors there are, and because because there's so many people on the island, depend a lot on food coming from the outside. So that would bring a whole new possible scenario. That probably wouldn't be very good, right?
Yeah.
Too many people, not enough food, right? Then you got a whole nother problem going on.
Well, it'd be a whole other interview about what you do there.
Yeah.
Actually, we're running out of time. This has flown by this episode, so I got to ask you real quick. Last question of the day: if you were bit, what would you do?
Oh shit, dude. I don't know, man. I guess I'd have to do something quick. Launch myself somewhere.
Like,
if I got a car, I'd probably launch off a cliff, dude. Take out as many zombies on the way out as I can.
that could be an interesting approach. Just taking them all out.
Yeah,
That's,
wipe them out and don't become one.
can't ask for more than that. Well, Randy, that's all the time we have for this week. I want to thank you very much for being on the show.
No problem, man. Maui no ka'oi.
Definitely. And for all of you guys listening at home, you can always find more episodes of the show at facebook.com/kzomradio. And our sponsor this week is Monsters vs. Monsters, the new card game that is the low-cost alternative to high-cost entertainment. You can find more on Monsters vs. Monsters at monstersvsmonsters.com. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.